Assassin's Creed Shadows is finally being marketed. Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. It finally looks like Assassin's Creed's marketing is starting to ramp up a bit. We've had some collaborations, we've had a brand new poster, and of course, the preview events for Assassin's Creed Shadows are happening right now. Unfortunately, not for me. Yes, I should clarify before I say anything else in this video, I am not one of the people who've received a preview of Assassin's Creed Shadows. I mean, I wasn't expecting one. I'm just saying this because I'm going to probably be theorising on some stuff in this video, and I don't want it to come across like I'm secretly winking at what the actual truth is. But of course, whether I was getting a preview or not, this is Ubisoft, and Ubisoft always leaks. And there have been leaks that have been absolutely crazy for this preview event, to the point where we've gotten pictures of the monitors that people are playing the game on. That's how bad the security is in this place. So we know what the main menu looks like, we know that it's a work in progress build that they're using, and we've even had some early feedback from people who've played the game on their sort of general opinions, which technically they're not allowed to do. I know that the curfew for this sort of ends on the 23rd, so next Thursday is when we'll be getting proper insight on the game that people have played. However, that's not to say we can't talk about these leaks. It only takes one person to go on Twitter and write out what they've done, and that is exactly what happened. Without disclosing who the person was, the Assassin's Creed subreddit did get a tip-off as to what to expect in the early hours of Assassin's Creed Shadows. Hopefully I get away with this. So, from what we've heard, the early hours of the game are very Yasuke focused. Him entering Japan, and apparently we get this funny interaction where he doesn't understand the language, and that can lead to a bit of a humorous opening. However, it looks like this takes a bit of a dark turn, as he apparently gets quote-unquote stolen by Nobunaga during an attack on the ship. Which is a very interesting detail. I did sort of expect the opening hours of the game to be very Yasuke focused before it transitions to him attacking Naoya's village, as we know is going to happen in the opening. What I like about this though is it gives us a really strong fish out of water. As Yasuke is introduced to Japan, to me that sounds like a great opening, a very engaging one, and we get a little bit of humour spliced throughout, which is a nice bit of levity before, I guess, the story takes a much darker turn. Interesting that Yasuke in this version of the character's story, of course this is based on a real-life historical figure, in this interpretation of the story, he has been sort of kidnapped by Nobunaga to be raised as his sort of, servant or some sort of trophy, who knows? We're gonna find out when we play the game. But this does give me hope that we get a very strong start for the game, and overall, the impressions that we're getting from these previews, even just in the first day, are extremely positive. I cannot emphasize enough how people's minds have changed the second they start playing this game. People who had no excitement for Assassin's Creed Shadows whatsoever are coming out of these previews saying that the game has gone up to a 9 or a 10 out of 10, and that's really exciting for me, because this tells me that no matter what marketing they do in the next few weeks or few months, the game is going to grab people when they play it, and hopefully this good word of mouth continues and lets the game do very well. Of course, I'm not just saying this as an Assassin's Creed YouTuber, but also for the sake of Ubisoft as a company, this game does need to do well. It needs to perform, because if it doesn't, then we've got this monstrous 10-cent cloud coming across to sweep them up and turn every Assassin's Creed game into monetization hell, as if it wasn't already. But that's not to say that Ubisoft are entirely banking on word of mouth. Yes, we have had more. We have actually had some marketing from Assassin's Creed themselves. We have received a poster. Hey! It's something. In fact, it's a poster of the entire cast of the game. Or at least our main players in terms of our shinobi. We get to see some of maybe the historical characters and also the main characters that are going to be featured in the game. So one thing that stood out to me instantly about this poster is that Ubisoft are finally sort of putting the characters at the forefront, which is really nice. We didn't really know who was going to be in this game before now, but now we're getting a good look at the entire cast. We get to see the the shinobi that will be joining us on our adventure. And I think these are going to be the characters that are featured at our hideout, because Ubisoft made a point of saying that the characters in our hideout are going to be the ones that are with us for the entire game. And they're going to sort of feel like a family of sorts that grow and evolve as the story does. And I guess this is where we get a good look at who those characters are going to be. We have older characters, younger characters. I'm getting Leon flashbacks. I like some of these designs. Some of these characters do have a lot of personality to them. I mean, the young kid kind of reminds me of the kid from Up. I don't know if I can say that. We've got like the wise grandmother. We've got these sort of ninja shinobi looking characters that appear to use their own distinct weaponry. Maybe these are some of your recruits. I wonder if the guy with the pole is maybe Hanzo Hattori, who we know is going to be in this game. Because, and this is something that the Exile pointed out to me actually, I didn't even clock onto this at first. None of these characters are wearing hoods. None of these characters have a hidden blade. So, that begs the question, where are the assassins? Is it just Naue? That could be worrying for some people. However, my counter-argument to that is Assassin's Creed 2. In Assassin's Creed 2, you join the assassins. And how many of them are wearing hoods? There's just Ezio, and technically La Volpe. But Ezio is the only one who actually looks like an assassin. Everybody else is just a normal person who sort of help the assassins on the side. And they are part of the Brotherhood. They are the ones that indoctrinate Ezio into that creed. Now, obviously, as we go on in that series, Brotherhood reinforces some of the more assassin iconography. We get a proper Brotherhood with proper robes, and it starts to look a bit more like a fully formed Brotherhood, which I think is going to be paralleled in Shadows. I think we're going to start off with just Naue, and as the Shinobi League gets bigger, we start to incorporate more assassin iconography until at the end, it will look like a fully formed Brotherhood. That's how I think it's going to go anyway. However, if we move down to the bottom of this poster, and I don't know if many people have really spoke about this, we get a bunch of characters in masks. Now, on one hand, these could be the Shinobi League. These could be the Shinobi assassins that you send out on these missions and that help you as allies during your time in the open world. Or, I think these are the Templars. Because, in previous Assassin's Creed games, we have seen that the Templars, or the Order of the Ancients, or the Cult of the Cosmos, whatever they want to call them, they always get represented, ever since Origins really, as being these masked figures, and each one of them has their own distinct mask that hides their identity from the public, and they're sort of defined by that mask. Especially in Assassin's Creed Mirage, all you really know the characters by is their mask, and even the Cult of the Cosmos, because in that case, I couldn't tell you who any of the Cult of the Cosmos were, but I definitely remember those really cool Greek theatre masks that they used as their iconography, and I think we're getting a similar situation here, because every single character at the bottom of this poster is wearing a very distinct mask, and so I think these are the Templars. These are the characters that you're going to be killing in Assassin's Creed Shadows. And these have really distinct designs. One that stands out to me, the one who is at the very front, they are wearing the same armour as Yasuke, which makes me wonder whether Yasuke is going to meet this character while he's serving under Nobunaga. Because if this character has a mask, then they could show up and all you know is that it's somebody who's worked with Yasuke. You don't know who specifically it is, and that could be very interesting for some sort of plot twist in the story. I just hope that they have the interesting character and storyline to go along with it, because we're at this point in the franchise where the Templars do need a little bit more of a focus. I think Valhalla probably did the most work the Templars have had since Assassin's Creed Unity, perhaps? And I'm looking forward to seeing us get some proper villains of sorts, and hopefully have very distinct characters. So this is a very good start. Basically, I didn't even mention, but Assassin's Creed did a collaboration with Critical Role, which is a YouTube channel that does Dungeons and Dragons. And although it was behind a pay-per-view, they did do a collaboration with them, and I'm sure that all the people who paid for that or are members of the channel got to watch that, and I hope it was good. I know nothing about it, but that is some sort of collaboration, so at least Ubisoft are reaching out. There's also some pretty cool merchandise. We've seen like some cups and goblets and stuff that appear to be on the way. Well, they may be already out. I hope it's the start of a big push, and I feel like the wheels are starting to turn now. They've had their delay, and now it's full steam ahead, and I do get the feeling that once we get these previews next week, things are going to just skyrocket from there. Surely the pre-orders are going to open soon. I feel like delaying the pre-orders is like some sort of tactical genius, because now I really want to pre-order the game, and I want to pre-order the game the longer I have to wait for it to go live. That's not saying that everybody should pre-order, I'm just saying because, you know, Assassin's Creed content creator, I'm obviously going to get the game, so I might as well pre-order. And you do have that incentive that you get the DLC for free and save yourself $20 to $30. But again, totally up to you if you want to pre-order. I'm personally just really looking forward to it going live. So what do you think of the Assassin's Creed marketing campaign now that it's finally starting to gear up? What do you think of the previews that we're starting to get leaked? Some information about people's opinions now that they've actually got the game. Personally, I think it's really bold of Ubisoft to just hand the game to people without like a massive marketing push beforehand. I would imagine like previews are one of the last things that they would do, but apparently that's what they're leading the charge with. So let's hope it gets some really good positive word of mouth and that this game does deliver. If you like this video, please hit that like button, subscribe for more Assassin's Creed content, and I will see you in the next video.